One man writes, he says, tough time don't last, but tough people do last. And what I realized about tough time is that it teaches you to discover who you are.
Yes.
You don't learn anything when you're not struggling.
True.
You learn more about yourself and people around you when you're going through tough times. Because when things is not tough, everyone is your friend.
Yes.
But when things is tough, everyone just... Because now they think, we've spoken to him several times, I don't know what is wrong with him. If only you understand what I'm into, that the way you can quickly snap out of it is not the way that I can quickly snap out of it. I don't understand what you think of me, but I don't like to see myself in this situation as well. But I'm finding every time I try to get out, I'm finding myself in that situation. Every time I find myself, I don't know why I'm there, but there is something inside of me that needed to be spoken to. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me, because when you give up, I'm done. You have not been able to understand that every time you go through rough time, you are meant to value yourself. You are meant to re-examine yourself. You are meant to see indeed that this is the best time I can have my relationship with God. It's not the best time to lock yourself out and disconnect everyone from you. I don't feel like talking to anybody. That's when you should feel like talking to somebody, because that's when you need to hear from God. And God is not going to come down. God is going to send someone. Particularly when you have people who care, who say, I'm not giving up, who keep coming every now and then and say, what are you going to do today? And now you're getting angry because they're coming. But they never stop coming, because all they wanted, but what they see, you couldn't see that. They see greatness, but you see defeat. They see success, but you see failure. And they keep saying, no, that's not what you have. That's not what you are. Would you get up? Just because you cannot get this now doesn't mean you have a death sentence hanging over your head. And that's how many of us act. We act like we have a death sentence over our head. And so we just think life is not right. Yeah. People will call you blessed. That's how your name is changed. They want to now associate with you. And that's when you see people say, I like her. Yeah, she's good. She's okay. No, because you're now successful. Don't you know that? Success changes your name. Changes the approach of people towards you. And does not really mean success as in terms of money or being rich. Success as in when you have satisfactions of your soul. And things that you used to worry about, you don't worry anymore. People now wonder and say that they can't press your button anymore because they know what you press to get you angry. And when they press that button, you are off. You are off. You go off completely. And so what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is to be able to understand truly inside of you that all God is saying now, that after you have conquered fear, after you have overcome a distraction, after you have overcome obstruction, after you have defeated all those things, and after you have overcome discouragement, persevere. Persevere. When you persevere, you will get to it. Regardless of how painful it might look now, if only you can hold on to God and say, I know my Redeemer liveth. I'm going to get through this. You will lose so many friends while you are waiting. You will lose so many relatives because they will think you are going cuckoo. So consider what you are going through now that you are worried about and try to feed them into this. And you will see that in spite of it all, you're still standing. Tell your neighbor and say, in spite of it all, I'm still standing. Say to the next man, say, in spite of it all, I'm still standing. What you don't understand is that not many people are standing while you're still standing. What you went through and you're still standing, many have been killed. What you went through, that's why you don't look like what you went through. And that's why you can't give a damn about what anybody think about you. Amen. The concern is what God says about me is what matters. I don't care if you want to be my friend. I don't care if you don't want to be my friend. I know whom I believe, and I know my Redeemer what? My Redeemer liveth. Come on, give God a praise in this house. Please stand. Perseverance, ladies and gentlemen. Perseverance. If you don't know how to persevere, you cannot walk in the road with God. Because you will always want to be in a haste, in a hurry. You want to do things your own way. You want it done. God's way is not Burger King. And may I remind you, in case you don't understand, life is not a trick or treat. No, it's not. This is not trick or treat. Your life is not based on that. Your life is based on God, who had all things at his hand. And how can you then say to us, tribulation, all this can separate us from the love of Christ? The Lord that loves us so much that he sent his only begotten Son. Just because my husband doesn't love me doesn't mean I'm worthless. Just because no man come to me now doesn't mean I'm not beautiful. God just made it possible that I am not attracted to the losers. No, true. I'm not attracted to the losers. Because the losers are the ones that are on the street. If you are useful, you're not going to be hanging out on the street.